A bold infrastructure project is on the way, stretching across Nigeria's coastline and reshaping the landscape of opportunity. But what does it mean for those who work at the very foundation of development, the real estate operators? To understand the implications, we first meet the people on the ground, real estate professionals whose daily work places them in direct contact with Nigeria's evolving urban terrain.
My name is Akin Okpatola. I'm an estate surveyor and property valuer. I'm also the chapter president for the International Real Estate Federation. The acronym is FIABSI. I'm a member of the African Real Estate Society, and I've been doing real estate for about 18 years.
My name is architect Farouk Ghazal, and I've been in the business of architecture for 10 to 15 years, basically, and also recently ventured into real estate.
My name is Tosin Victoria Ogunlade. I'm a developer in Fantastic Homes Limited.
My name is Omaomi Saidi. I'm a dedicated real estate professional, and I specialize in helping smart investors to buy, sell, and invest in real estate. I've been in the industry for about 8 years now.
My name is Yewande Akemi. I'm a graduate of Boy University. I joined the real estate industry in 2017.
My name is Oniya Babatunde Jeff. I'm the CEO of Asset Development and Trading Limited. I am a real estate professional with over a decade of experience in dynamic housing markets.
The Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway isn't just a road. It's a promise of access, mobility, and transformation. But has the market felt that promise yet?
There's usually a shift when you speak, when there are pronouncements of that nature. And you would recall that even as far back as 18, 19 years ago, when the current president of the Federation, when he was governor, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, when he was governor of Lagos State, he did mention that there's a need for them to be a fourth mainland bridge to ease traffic congestion. Even at that time, people had started taking position, even though nothing was done. But now we've seen that even with this current governor, Sanwo-Olu, there's been a lot of fast track in terms of the design. If you go online, you check, you see different designs of the Fourth Mainland Bridge. So is the case with the Lagos-Calabar Road. People had known that Coastal High Road, the designers, not the design, but even the idea and the plan for that road has always been in place. We're happy that I think it was March last year that construction even started. So I have definitely seen within the last few years, but more aggressively from last year when they broke ground, that yes, there've been a lot of activities real estate-wise across that corridor.
For us that have been in real estate for the past 10 years, we know that there's going to be a coastal road. The when is what we do not know. When is going to start? But we already know that there's something like coastal road in existence that is going to come. And whenever major roads like that, especially highways, when they're coming in, of course there will be a lot of growth that we ourselves will not even expect.
Basically, it was a thing of mixed feelings because ultimately, some people knew already that they would be affected by the road, especially mostly, if I may say, defaulters. You know, we've had history of people building where they shouldn't build and not getting the proper approval for, you know, doing developments in certain areas. So it's a thing of mixed feelings, and also for people who basically got affected, even though they're legitimately on the said path of the coastal road. But I mean, we're all aware that people who are legitimately there were compensated. If you go back there now, especially along the route of where we have the coastal road, you know, going forward, we have noticed a sharp increase in the cost of, you know, properties along that route. So yeah, I would say it's a thing of mixed feelings, basically.
I'll say the road The announcement of that road brought fear to both developers and house owners in this access, because there was a lot of demolition going on, a lot of investment taken down, a lot of crying and wailing based off loss of investment, and a lot of developers had to put a hold to whatever they are building because nobody knew their fate at that time.
There has been a shift, a positive shift in values, definitely. You know, infrastructure projects, huge infrastructure projects like that, not just in Nigeria, but across the world, brings in a lot of demand, brings in investors, both local and international, brings in a lot of focus. And where there's demand, you know, the law of economics, yes, prices too will also begin to go up. You know, the Lagos-Calabar road is about 700 kilometers and it traverses about 9 states. I can speak confidently from the Lagos axis between what we have in the Oniru axis, VI Amadu Bello, all the way towards the free trade zone, Ekpe axis. At those two ends, and I believe that will be the first phase, that will be about 60 kilometers between the Lagos and the free trade zone axis. There's been a lot of activity, positive correlation. I don't want to put a finger to it, but I can tell you that it's been significant. A lot of people trying to position themselves, and there's something called improvement value for the mere fact that your investment overlooks the bridge. There's some additional correlation in value that property owners and investors will always receive across the path of that road.
Where infrastructure goes, investment often follows. We explore the economic possibilities opening up across the corridor, from new communities to commercial expansions.
One time like that, around that landmark area, there's this Chinese people. They came in and they want to buy like a whole building and a whole block. I was like, why do you want to buy all this? Like, okay, they're looking at what the coastal road is going to bring into this space, and they're looking at how to even secure for shoplets, for different kind of things and all that. And they want to use it as a community also to do recreational area and all that. I was like, okay. But then at that point, that project was sold out. There was no way. So why I'm bringing out these points that even foreign investors are even looking at how to tap into this thing. We have properties around Eleko that people don't even look at before. They don't even check. You beg them before they even consider it. People are rushing it right now. Wow, because they know that the coastal road is coming. And when it comes, the value of that place will go up.
I'm a real estate consultant. As you know, I'm also a property valuer. I have a major project that I'm marketing with 5 other colleagues. It's a high-end, ultra-luxury residential project. It's called One Ocean Blossom, and it overlooks that Lagos-Calabar Coastal Road. Yeah, of course, it overlooks the Atlantic, has lovely views to the water, and we've seen a lot of demand even in terms of engagements, people making inquiries on the back of the Dirty December. We had a lot of Nigerians and foreign investors coming. So I've seen a lot of positive feedback in that regard. For the general populace, I would say yes. You know, the magnitude in which and the aggression in which that road started was super. A lot of people are surprised. We're feeling the sentiments that they want to reach a certain milestone even before the end of this, the first tenure of this administration. So we're happy with it. We can see the quality of the roads. I think on the back of that, I may be wrong, but I see even the Atlantic too, they're speeding up the sand filling of almost the second phase so that they can match up with the way the road is also moving. Across the way, because they're moving very fast, Agungi axis or Sakpa, we've seen a positive correlation in the values of rental and sales of some properties. I see it in some of these descriptions. It is a few minutes drive from the Lagos Coastal Road. So all this, even from the marina end too, we're seeing a lot of positives, even in the residential, commercial, and retail developments across the ecosystem.
There's a particular land I bought at Shongotedo, and the developer, the owner of the estate, he approached us. I'm like, oh, you know what? He wants to buy back the land he has sold to us. And he didn't give us the reason, but definitely as a developer, I know what's going on in this corridor. I knew it was because of the coastal road that was here. And I told him, oh no, I'm not selling. Other people sold because the offer was quite a sweet one, but I refused to because I know that holding on to it in just even a year, I'll triple my investment in that place. So yeah, I've seen what that coastal road has done to both developers and investors.
We particularly, I and my business partner, who we were looking into doing some developments around some of these areas. So when we went back sometime late last year, our initial projections for purchases of properties along that route to develop had basically gone up ×2, basically because everybody is aware of the ongoing developments that will be coming and what the foreseeable future would be like. So value of properties basically along that route had gone up ×2, which is one of the benefits of having a major development along that route.
Even right now, we have projects along this axis that are sold out. You want to buy, it's probably, okay, someone wants to sell their unit to you. You can't even find fresh projects right now in that axis because everything is pretty much sold out.
Before, in this corridor, this axis, Terraces semi-detached here is sell for 50 million, 60 million. That was before the announcement of the coastal road. Even Aja, fully detached there, selling for like say 80 million, 90 million. But since the announcement of this coastal road and since construction has started, Terraces here now sell for 120, 150 million, which is kind of like more than even 100%. Then even Aja, you can see up to 350 million. In some parts of Aja, 700 to 800 million because they are positioned very close to the express. So,
but alongside development, there is disruption, and some voices are filled with worry rather than wonder.
Before development came to this road construction, I think business was fine. You understand? There were people here. You know, when they wanted to start this road, people had to leave. So I think those people that left are what took business. Those people they left with their business, and people who came to buy from this place, they believe people are no longer doing business here. So that is why the business has been so dull lately.
Before the commencement of this road, business was good. We normally get work well. But when they start the work now, come on, things have not been easy. We are just managing. They can come today say, oh yeah, when I carry on a load, I'll go run. We will go, they will go. We will still come back. Just like that. Up to this moment now.
These are one of the parts of governance. Every government, takes decisions on what's best or what they see best for growth or how they decide to govern. The ideal thing is to ensure that whatever is being done basically serves the purpose of the country. However, there are different methods to doing some of these things. I mean, there's no good decision that doesn't come with its own hardship. So it's only right that there will be criticism. But the end goal, which is development, should be the main focus of everybody. Getting to that end goal is what is required and the necessary support to ensure that we get to that end goal. The government basically is for the people. It is not for an individual. So if the people feel certain things needs to be done, basically, the onus is on the government to actually listen to the pain of the country and of the people and to ensure that, okay, things are being done in the right way.
So there are some challenges right now about the displacements, about people complaining different kind of things. And from time past, and as the nature of human is, when there's a change, there will be resistance. What I can say is that if they are being displaced, or their lands are being used for, it's not even agreed, even if it's not the agreed setbacks, the government should compensate them. And people are complaining about government encroaching on their own setbacks that they have already on their own lands. So I think the government should look into that also, in as much as we want the growth and we want this road to work. We don't want too much disgruntled people. If they are disgruntled, they should be compensated.
While the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway is a project with immense benefits to the people, I think the government should also factor in the property owners who have been displaced one way or the other. I feel like the government should help them in providing clear and transparent settlement support to them, engaging with them, and providing them with financial support where applicable, so that we have a balanced situation for our development.
The federal government has come up with an ambitious plan to transform the country economy-wise into a $1 trillion economy. Big ideas, lofty ideas must also come with lofty, achievable plans. I think this Coastal Highway project is one of those amazing infrastructural projects, and it sends a good feedback to our foreign investors and counterparts. I understand the entire project will take about 8 years and will cost close to 13 to 14 billion US. So it's amazing. Those are the new thinking concepts that we need to put in place when you want to transform and grow your economy just like the way we need to. So I think that a lot of people will benefit. And as you mentioned, even the hospitality also to Airbnb, usually and across the world. We've seen it in the Sheikh Zayed Road in Dubai. There's a major development across the coastal area in Miami also, where you see a coastal road with huge developments. There's always positivity economy-wise. And I know that Nigeria will not be any different. There will be a lot of positives. Yes, we know usually projects of this size, there are always some sentiments and negative feedback in terms of the transparency. How was the contract awarded? And things like that. Did you follow due process? Of course, I understand those type of conversations, even in terms of the number of buildings. Private people, I know a lot of clients that their buildings were demolished to make room for the widening of the road. I feel very bad and very pained, but it's unfortunate. But you know, sometimes too, the bigger picture will always have to take preeminence.
Well, I don't have anybody who was negatively impacted, but I mean, I've been able to read from especially foreign investors who had invested in some of these properties a long time ago, and I would believe with necessary due diligence, whoever is affected and who has always had the right to be there, I hear that some people have been compensated for that purpose, except, I mean, for those who probably didn't have the right to be there in the first place. But generally, I think the government has done what's necessary in compensating those who are affected. And we are also well aware of how the roads have been diverted to avoid certain areas, which was part of the initial plan.
Development is more than design. It's also about dialogue and trust.
So, you know, in some other parts of the world, when you want to do huge infrastructure projects like this, you carry everybody along. You even you do what you call impact assessment for the entire neighborhood. You get your team of professionals together and you look at adequate and fair compensation. But here we are. I believe that they can still call another session, get people together and see how people can be adequately compensated, and not just with financial. Some people, even with that money, they cannot get that key choice location any longer, especially those ones that are fronting the road directly. There are very few of those plots that are still available. So you will have your cash, and looking at inflation, what would you be able to do with it? So in terms of policy, and in case we have projects like this, it's always good to give a very long gestation period for those engagements and bring the right professionals in to converse and pay adequate and fair compensation across board.
10 years from now, what will this corridor look like? Will it be the next real estate frontier or a missed opportunity?
You cannot even imagine what will come up in the next 5 to 10 years. If all these things are in place, you cannot even imagine. People will come. Foreign investors will come. In the next 5 to 10 years, this access is going to be something that we all will be happy to see.
A couple of years back, Epe was, was just another city with no development, and people don't want to go there. But when the former governor of Lagos, His Excellency Akim Bode, opened up Epe, fixed the road, Epe is the hot cake now in Lagos State. People are migrating to Epe because of the road network and government present infrastructure that is there. So you see this coastal road, before the completion of this coastal road, you will see how people will be migrating to that place to create another city.
For real estate, one of the major determinants for growth in real estate is basically infrastructure. The coastal road is a major infrastructure, and wherever you have good infrastructure, especially roads, you are definitely going to have growth. And it's not just in the real estate industry. You would also have commercial developments also that will go on. For example, you can have big companies come and set up industrial, developments along the same corridor, because with the infrastructure, the road infrastructure, whatever commodity that is being produced can easily be moved from town A to town B without so much hindrance.
If you look at Lekki-Ekpe Expressway too, when that expressway opened up, see what it did to Ekpe, it's like it transformed the whole of Ekpe. So now this place that is opening up, a lot of places that were like closed up before, even as far as Ibrahim Adesoya, Ogombo, all of that, is opening up all that access. We even have like a foreign school there now that just opened up because people are no longer scared of all the location. We can see the advantage that this coastal road have brought, and proximity is not even an issue anymore. So yes, it's going to open up most of all these abandoned, or should I say overlooked, areas in this axis before, like inside Ikota, inside Aja or Gombo, and the rest.
As the coastline shifts and roads rise, what hopes remain for the communities watching from their front doors? Mega projects shape skylines, but they also shape lives. And in the story of the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway, it is these communities' voices, often unheard, that speaks the loudest truths. Development begins with dignity, and it must end with it too.